McKenzie Elizabeth McKelski felt at home in the Hungarian capital, where she had visited several times before. This time, she traveled with a former co-worker and longtime friend, but her friend left a day earlier. McKenzie sent photos to friends from a restaurant and later from a ruined pub after midnight. After that, she disappeared. McKenzie Elizabeth McKelski. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing a black hoodie, blue jeans, and brown hiking boots. Originally from Buffalo, she was living in Portland, where her friends called her Kenzie. McKenzie had been to Budapest multiple times and loved sharing its beauty with others. She was enamored with the city's culture, food, architecture, and ruined pubs. This time, McKenzie traveled to Hungary with her old friend and former co-worker Gretchen on a small European tour to celebrate Gretchen's birthday. They flew from the United States to Amsterdam, continued to Austria, and ended in Budapest, staying at an Airbnb on Terez Boulevard. They explored the city and even visited the Székely baths. Gretchen left for Italy on November 4 to meet other friends and celebrate her birthday further, but McKenzie stayed for an extra day. She was supposed to return to the United States on November 5, but never boarded her flight. She was last active on WhatsApp at 2:45 p.m. Then at 3 p.m. accompanied her friend Gretchen to the airport. At 7:45 p.m., sent a photo of a glass of wine at a restaurant. She left the restaurant at 10 p.m. alone. This was confirmed by a bartender who spoke with her family. Later that night, McKenzie visited Simplekert, where she messaged friends, reminiscing about old times. At 12:30 a.m., her phone service provider recorded an attempted call to Gretchen. Then, at 12:45 a.m., sent a photo to Gretchen from Simpla. The so-called Party District, or Party Quarter, is Budapest's infamous nightlife area. It's full of ruined pubs, restaurants, and clubs that attract both tourists and Hungarian partygoers. But they're not the only ones drawn here. Illegal activities are also prevalent, including drug use, violence, pickpocketing, and other forms of crime. The existence of this area has sparked ongoing conflicts between Budapest's districts. A central issue is that the Party District spans multiple districts, requiring cooperation among them to bring about meaningful change. However, this cooperation has yet to materialize. This tragic event underscores the dangers of a largely unsupervised area. I started to worry deeply and wrote to her. She would never do something like this. I didn't understand what was happening, Gretchen recalled. After repeatedly failing to contact her friend, Gretchen reported McKenzie's disappearance to the American Embassy. The 6th District Police Department initiated a missing person investigation. Investigators in the Fugitive Search Division gathered security footage from all available cameras in the area and identified a man seen with McKenzie in multiple nightclubs. Given the suspicious circumstances surrounding her disappearance, investigators could not rule out the possibility of foul play. An unidentified man was arrested at his rented apartment in the 7th District on the evening of November 7. Evidence found at the scene gave rise to suspicions of murder, leading the Homicide Division to take over the investigation. Within 24 hours, the following details emerged. The 31-year-old American tourist met an Irish man a few years older than her in the nightclub, and they spent time together at another club where they danced and grew closer. McKenzie decided to go to his rented apartment in the 7th District, where they became intimate, and he subsequently killed her during this time. Afterward, the man attempted to cover up the murder by cleaning his apartment and hiding her body in a wardrobe while he went to buy a suitcase. He placed McKenzie's body in the suitcase, rented a car, and drove to Lake Balaton with her body in the trunk. He hid her body in a wooded area near Zigliget before returning to Budapest, where he was apprehended and taken into custody. Investigators from the Homicide Division questioned a 37-year-old Irish citizen with the initials LMM, who confessed to killing McKenzie, claiming it was accidental. After his interrogation, he led investigators to where he had hidden her body. He was detained, and the process to arrest him was initiated. The investigation revealed that after the murder, the 37-year-old man searched online for the following terms: "Do pigs really eat dead bodies?" "Texas woman killed by a wild boar." "Wild boar sightings in Lake Balaton coastal towns." "What does a corpse smell like after it decomposes?" "Getting rid of the smell of rotting meat." Budapest webcams. What happens after a person is reported missing? How do the police handle missing person cases? How reliable is the police in Budapest? There are still details that are unknown. The most important is the motive. We have to wait until the end of the trial and hope that we will have all the answers. McKenzie Mikulski's tragic story highlights the dangers that can be present in Budapest's nightlife. Though the city's vibrant clubs and bars attract both locals and tourists, caution should be exercised, especially when venturing out alone and interacting with strangers.